You're going to go to your assignments and you're going to go to the three dots. I'm going to open in Studio because this is a project I've already started, but you may have to start assignment. So when I open in Studio, it is going to load on my screen. And you're going to see that I have a couple of tracks already going. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on that track and press backspace and delete it. I'm going to do the same with these. Know that you can, on any of these tracks, go to the three dots and choose delete at the bottom. Everybody's going to need a voice track. So even when you first get started, you're going to want a voice track. This is where you're going to lay down your podcast. So you're going to press record and you're going to get a count in. So you're going to want to watch the numbers at the top. So when I press record, it's going to be negative, and then when I start recording, it's going to turn to positive. So it's negative right now. Now it's going to turn to positive, and that's when I can start talking. And then you're also going to see, once I press stop, some audio waves that come up on the track. So you can see where I've talked. And that's how you add your audio. If you hit record again, and you don't move the white scrubber, it's going to record over what you've already recorded, which you don't want. So the undo button is your friend up in the upper left-hand corner. That'll get rid of something that you just did that was maybe a mistake. This little white line is called a scrubber, and you can move that scrubber back and forth, but basically that's what's telling the computer where you want the recording to start. So you always want your scrubber where you want to start recording. It'll give you a count in, and then it will go ahead and start recording. At the bottom of your screen, you're going to see an editor. You can edit any of the tracks and get a real nice close-up view so you can see where your voice is loud and where it's soft. You can go ahead and move the scrubber to a place in your sound where you might want to go ahead and split that clip. So you can go up to the three lines, the hamburger, and you can slice it at the playhead. So when you slice it, you're splitting that clip into two pieces. So for any clip, you can go to the edge and get those two arrows, and you can crop it from the beginning or crop it from the end. And that's why you may want to splice clips, because you may have sections that you record that you might want to get rid of or edit. And then you can just tuck them together as needed. So the editor has a lot of choices, but let's try to stick to the project, which is recording our audio and adding some sound effects. So please, if you make a boo-boo or a mistake, go to the undo button, but don't do things that you don't need to do for this particular assignment. All right, let's add some sound effects. Once you get your audio track laid, you are going to go down in the corner to the sounds and choose the one-shots. You are looking for specific sounds that are going to go along with what you are talking about. So you may have talked about that as a group already. I put in there typewriter just to see if I could get some clicking sounds. Only one thing came up and it was really short, so I went to the word click to see what I got for that. And I found a few different sound effects for click. So you can listen to them by pressing play in the little thumbnail picture. Most of them are very small and short. So when you find one you like, you can go ahead and you can just drag it over. It'll just make a new track for you right underneath your audio track. You can go ahead and move that if you want, and if you wanted another one, you could do copy paste, or you could just drag another one out, and you're going to drag it where you want it on your track, and then over. You can play it a few times, make sure it sounds good with your audio. But over on the left, you're going to also see a button where you can adjust the volume up and down. And you don't want your sound to overtake your voice. So you'll play it a few times and figure out what sound and what volume level works out best. And then maybe you want to find another sound, so you go back and you can do a search. And when you bring that track in, you can drag it underneath, or you can drag it to the same track as the other sound effect. It's really going to depend on your volume levels. Do you want the volume to be really loud? You'll notice I put this right at the end of my voice, and then I played it and I realized, oh, I need it when my voice ends, so I'm going to scoot it over a little bit so that it matches up with when my voice ends, I want this sound to happen. And then I can work with the volume and adjust it a little bit to get it exactly how I want it. As you go through and you're playing it multiple times, you don't always have to go up to the top to those buttons. You can use the space bar to start and stop it. And then the button at the top that I'm pointing at now is the rewind button, so that'll take you back to the beginning. But again, using the space bar to start and stop it sometimes makes it a little bit easier. And you're going to go up to the hamburger, you're going to go to Project, Download, and you're going to mix down. That means you're going to put all your tracks together and you're going to mix it down as an MP3. Go ahead and hit the download button. It should download to your Chromebook.